Hello, party people! Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I am here today with July 2022 project number 4. I'm saying it like that to emphasize that this is for July because I've also been putting out the August boxes. We're still playing catch up over here. If you hear some noises, I just want to let you know this is a working studio and we are doing things and stuff inside the working studio. So I just want to let you know. We also have dogs and cats and animals and all kinds of things going on over here. So if you hear some stuff, that's what's going on. I'm so glad that you guys are here watching the mini series. We have more projects coming out. The August box is here. We have lots of bargain bead box. So don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell so it'll give you a little notification on your phone when I'm putting up new videos so you can know, because they've just been kind of coming out sporadically. You just never know around here. So without further ado, let's get down to the mat and let's get this party started. All right, party people, here we are. So what are we going to need for this? We are going to need some hemp. This is hemp cording. Doesn't say a size. Oh, it says number 10 hemp on it. So we'll see if that's going to work. To be honest with you, this is the leftovers from the Jesse James bead camp that I did designs for last year. So I'm not exactly sure of like the goings-ons with this brand or anything. I'm just letting you know that's where it came from. We're going to need some 21 gauge square wire to wrap up our little bead with. This one is tarnish resistant copper, so that I have this little, it's just about 2 rounds worth of square wire, 21 gauge. This is my little design that we made for this guy. So I got that on hand. Now I am adding some seed beads. These are both size 6. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out. So I got clear AB and then I got like some dark blue because the only hemp color I had was dark blue. And these are clearly not dark blue. So anyways, here we go. First thing I want to do is I want to split these beads up because we are going to make 2 sides to this necklace, and I got to make sure that I got enough beads for each side of the necklace. So I'm splitting them up. Oh, I got one odd man out, and he's kind of funky. He's like half a square. So we're just going to put him over there. And then I have 2 of these, and I got 1 over here, so just put that over there. And then this is my bead. So as you will remember, my bead had a little ouchie on it right here, and that's why we decided to wire wrap down. Not a problem. So before we get even into beads, the first thing we're going to do, per usual, is get our pendant ready. So this pendant, to start out with, I'm going to roll this. And I'm probably going to need some tools. Come here, tools. Alrighty. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do here is I need a round nose plier, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to curly cue this up. I do want to flush cut it. So I'm going to flush cut the end. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start a spiral. So to do that, I'm going to do like I would do a normal simple loop, right? So we have our bent over lollipop head, our sad bent over lollipop head, but I'm not going to straighten him out. I'm just going to leave him like that, and I'm going to continue on making the spiral. And once I have that, I got to switch over to the chain now. Sorry, I'm hung up in my own jewelry over here. And I'm going to just start spiraling this around. Okay, so I am holding with my plier, if you guys can see, holding with my plier, pushing the wire in is what I'm doing. I'm not moving the plier. I'm only repositioning the plier to move the wire in to create the spiral. And you can make as much spiral as you want. I don't think I'm gonna make too much here, too much more. I might go to right here. Okay, so I have gone here. So right here, you can see I started my loop. The loop is pointing up, and that's where I'm going to stop. So I do want to go a little bit past there because I have to make this wire stand up. So I want to go a little bit past. So then I have 1, 2, 3 wires. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this wire stand up. It's kind of a lot of wire. You can see it all on my screen here. Is I'm just going to grab a hold of this, and then I'm going to hold tight to the spiral, and I'm just going to turn this wrist so that this is pointing up. So I'm going to hold tight to this and turn my wrist. That was the only movement there. I just held on to this and turn my wrist, so now this is pointing up straight. Okay. So before we can move on, what I need to do is I need to bring in the bench block, and I'm just going to give this a little tiny hammer to work hard on it. So if you have headphones or this is loud for you, please, I'm going to do hammering right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're good. I just wanted to make that, give that a little work harden, because this is, all right, camera, work with me here. Work with me, sir. That's what we got. So this is just going to act as the end of my pendant. So now I can go ahead and put my bead on. And I'm going to put the not ouchy end down. So I make the ouchy end on the top so I can wire wrap around it and make it so you can't see it. So here's the before photos. See the big crack? And so now here we are. And I think I will put that to the back, even though, you know, whatever. But I am going to put it to the back. And then I am going to use the step plier. I think you wouldn't have to. You could use your regular round nose. But I'm going to use the step plier because I do want to make this my pendant, and I want it to have a little bit of a larger loop. So this is my step making plier. And I'm going to use the second one here. So I'm going to come in right above the bead, and I'm going to just give it a slight bend, and then I'm going to come over the top and just do this like you would normally do any wire wrapped loop. Get yourself straightened out, do a couple of wraps here. Now this is going to be kind of a messy wrap, so I'm not really at all concerned with how many wraps I have in the, because I'm going to bring it down, so that's kind of the point. And then once we get it down there, we'll see which looks better, the top or the bottom. So I'm just wrapping all of this tail around. I'm sorry, not the top or the bottom, the front or the back. Wrapping all this around here. Got quite a ways to go yet. I'm making them kind of looser because my bead is broken a little bit here. So let me see where we're at. Bend that straight back. Oh yeah, we did pretty good. So I did start making it a little bit looser as it's coming down, which is fine with me. I'm actually going to do a little more loose. And then right here, instead of just cutting it off, what I'm going to do is another spiral. So I might actually make this the front, the ouchy part in the front. So I'm going to go back to the round nose, and again, just start like I would. You want to make sure this is well, this one is flush cut. And I'm going to grab a hold of the tip of the wire, and I'm going to start like I would a normal simple loop with the sad floppy lollipop. Okay, and then I want a chain nose for this. Chain nose for me just works easier. So I'm just kind of grabbing in the middle, and then again I'm moving the wire, not the plier. So on this part I'm kind of trying to be a little more careful because this part is gonna, you know, be more showing and I can't hammer it or anything. So I just kind of, I'm checking it out here. So I think, so I kind of want these to match up, so I'm going to keep going. Like so. So they're both kind of lined up. And then I'm just going to press that in. And then I got to make sure that this is all good. It could go a little more, I think. Perfect. Yeah, we're looking good. No ouchies to be seen. There's a little smidge there, but nobody's gonna see that on a running horse. Okay, now I just am gonna come in here a smidge and just kind of barely tighten this because I don't want to mess up my loops. I like the way my loops are looking. Everything is looking very stable. So that is our pendant, guys. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, especially if yours was broken. I know a couple people had reported theirs was broke like mine. No worries. No worries. A lot of people were like, oh, call them and ask you to send them another. I could have done that. I didn't do that. So it's not in any way Bargain Bead Box's fault that I don't have a not broken one. But that's just because I was like, oh, it's fine. I can fix it. So there we go. So now we move on to the hemp. So I said I was going to do about 4, I think I said about 4 strands of hemp. So we're going to do some knotting. So I am going to do a full wingspan for each strand. So that's 1, where's my scissor? So 1, which is probably like, I don't know, 3-4 feet. Let me look. I don't know how big my wingspan is. I guess I should know by now. I'm always just like, that's probably enough. Okay, it is 60 inches. Is that right? 60 inches. Yes. All right, 60 inches. So now that I have that one cut, I'm just going to line it up here with my spool and go again, well, 3 more times, so that I have 4 pieces. So there's 2. And the last one. 4. Perfect. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to put this away because I don't want to have any mishaps going on. You know how I like to have mishaps. Hi. I got to check the time, you guys. We're going to do a Facebook Live here in about 20 minutes. Oh, probably not when you're seeing this, but on the day I'm recording it, we are. All right, so I think our pendant turned out exactly the way I wanted it to, so I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to do away with the Bunsen paper. And now I'm just going to get one side of beads here, and we're going to find the middle of this bad boy, and we're going to put our pendant on. In the middle. So I gotta find the other end here. That's pretty dang close, I think. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, you know, pretty kind of okay. So I get gravity involved. That might make the camera wig out a little bit, but I gotta do it. Alright, so to start this out, I am going to just tie an overhand knot right here. I really have been liking the copper with all of these components. I don't know if you noticed I had made some of the earrings I made. I used a lot of copper components and I really liked that, the metal choice. So I'm going again with that. So I've just tied all of my cords. I got, in essence, 8 cords going on now to this pendant with an overhand knot, and we are ready to rock. So I just got to get 4 for each side, and we will start the beading process. So these are all the beads that I have for this side, which I said it might be a little sparse, so I'm going to add just a few seed beads, not too many, just a few seed beads on this side and a few on this side, or this color. These are just dark blue, and again, these are 6s, and these are clear AB. Alright, so these are, I'm going to utilize each strand individually to put a bead on. So I'm going to start with a seed bead for this strand, and this at this point is just completely and totally like whatever you want to do here. I'll put a cube on this one. Oh! Yeah, might be a little messy at first. So I got a seed bead, I got a cube. What else do I got going on down here? I should have 2 more strands. Here we go. So I'm going to put a melon bead, cube, a seed bead, a melon bead, and I think I'll do another seed bead in the clear. Okay, so I'm going to bring all that down until I get this. And I'm not going to tie it super tight. This is supposed to give like the effect of kind of like a net of some sort. So I'm just going to do loosely knotted. The only thing you really have to worry about this, if you're going to worry about it, is making sure that you have your knots on each side kind of in the same place. So when it hangs, you know, so you'd want to make sure your other one was like here in the same spot. But that's completely up to you. And now we just go like this till we get to the top. Like super easy. The other thing too is just matching up that I have the same beads on the other side as I do for each little bundle. We're going to call them a bundle for the for this video. I'm just going to call it a bundle because it just makes it easier. I am going to add a starfish on this one. I kind of want to put my starfishes throughout, but I especially want one in the front because they're so cute. Dark blue seed bead. Oh, I just realized I put a seed bead on with my starfish, so I guess that's a thing I'm doing. So I'll put another seed bead on. Whatever. There's no rules to the amount of seed beads you can have. So then again, I'm just going to bring these down here. Now, you do kind of want to check out like when you're you know, because I'm not straightening these. I'm just bunching them, and however they're going, however they want to fall, that's how I'm letting them fall. So you do kind of want to straighten them out a little bit before you start tying your knots. The other thing I would suggest when you're trying to do these like loose knots is making sure that you have everything together before you tie it, because if one gets out way long or something, you know, like bundle them up nice the way you want them to go, and make sure you're pulling all the strings evenly, because if you don't, you're going to get one that's way out of whack, and then there's no coming back from that. I do like that starfish in there, very cute. Oh, so then we said we were going to crisscross applesauce this guy, so we better do that before we get going too much here. So let me see here. I'm going to take this little link. Should I do 2 strands? I'll do 2. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 strands and go from the top down towards the mat through the first link. Okay, and then take both strands. I'm going to move these into position where I want them evenly. And it's just like buttons. It's just like crisscross applesauce buttons. Then you're going to get both the same strands and you're going to run it back up through the top position. Okay. Without getting any of this business all crazy in your way. I don't want that in there. Okay, so I have these 2 off to the side, and I have this one over. These 2 are doing this. Okay, so that's good for that. I am going to add beads onto the other 2 strands. Should I? Yeah, I think I should. Just some little seed beads, just because I have seed beads on all the other strands. So, who's that? Jakey Toads? What are you doing, Jakeroo? It's Jakeroo. What are you doing, bud? We're making a video about starfish. You want to see? Just smelled my hemp cord. Yeah. He's just like, oh, you're beading again? Talking to yourself? Great. Yes, I kind of want those to stay like that. Will they? That's questionable, but they look cute right there. So again, I'm just making sure I have my little bundle the way that I want it to be, and I'm going to go ahead and tie an overhand knot with all 4 strings. Easy peasy. Jakey is not very impressed with all that. Alright, so that's how we're going. Doing pretty good. Okay, I should do another starfish. Put a blue bead. Since I'm putting seed beads under my starfish, I guess. Let's do that. And white bead. So there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just putting whatever. You can put whatever you want. I'm going to put a melon. I don't know that I'm going to put a... No, I'm not going to put a melon with a starfish. That's just... It's a little much. It'll be kind of chunky. I don't want to do that. I got one left. Cute. I guess I didn't think about this, but I'm hoping that this little guy, because we crisscross applesauced him in, he doesn't flip over that link, because it's not double-sided. I don't know that it will, but, you know, I mean, when you're wearing stuff, anything's possible. Anything is possible. And I'm just going to keep going until I run out of beads. If that means that this necklace is 20 inches or 24 inches, so be it. You know, if it's a longer one. Because that's what I'm doing. I reserved these beads, these ones here, for this purpose, and so I'm going to use them. I don't remember if in the plan video I like counted it out or anything, but probably not. I was probably like, we need some of these, and then just cut them off the string. Because that's how I roll. You know what I just realized? These little melon beads would make super cute pumpkins even though they're teal. FYI. Since it's August now, I guess they said. I gotta have a little drink. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of recovering from my stuff I had going on the last couple weeks. I'm significantly better, but I just... At nighttime, sometimes my throat gets really scratchy. I don't know why. Alright, so we're rocking, we're rolling. We're rocking and rolling. Oh, I didn't put a bead on that one. Well, I'll put that bead on the top. It'll be fine. Alrighty. So, after I am done with this section, I am going to then jump off camera and finish up the other side, because you just watched me do this a whole bunch. And then I'm going to meet you back up at the top so that we can finish it off. So that should be pretty easy to do. I'm glad that I use this much string, because or hemp cord, because as you can see, as we're moving along, we're running, you know, I mean, the knots really can eat up the stringing if you're not aware. So, you know, more is better than not enough, in my personal opinion. Now I'll put this last melon bead down here. Got to keep switching cords and putting beads on. I think the little bundles are cute. And then this one will probably be our last little bundle. I'm going to put these two stones on. Mm-hmm. Perfect. So there is what we got. Oh, let me get those out of the way. Oh, it's so cute. I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be super cute once I get the other side done. Like I said, I'm going to do that side off camera so you guys don't have to take the time to watch all of that, me doing the same thing over and over again. But I think that it turned out really cute, and so I'll be back in the top to show you how to finish it. Alright guys, we are going to finish this necklace up. I'm in day 2 of doing this. I had to stop because I had somewhere to be. But we're going to finish up this necklace. So I just wanted to mention that there's a number of ways that you could do this. So I am actually going to utilize the bead cones. If you don't have bead cones, no need to worry about that. You could go with the leather crimp ends. You could even go on with glue on ends or taco foldovers. And you could always, excuse me, just tie onto a jump ring. Or you could even do a little loop and then wire wrap around the end. So there's a lot of options with stringing projects. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize these little cones because I have them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what kind of eye pin situation I have. If I have silver eye pins, which I believe I do. Let's see. So I have 2 silver eye pins. I wonder if I have a longer one. These will be fine. I think these will be fine. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these strands and I'm just going to cut them so they're even, just to make my life easier. And I'm going to thread these through here. All 4. Okay, get in there, you. Sometimes I find it best if you put how many ever you can get through and then kind of pull them down like this so that you can get into this little space here. And hopefully I can get that through there. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, hold on. Hold on, I got a problem. Got my cord messed up here. Get in there. Oh, not all of it went through there. Okay, there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring these down here and I'm going to get everything arranged and I'm just going to tie a knot. This is going to be covered up by the bead cone, so I'm not terribly worried about it. But you could tie little knots or you can tie one big knot. It's completely up to you, however you see fit that you want to do it. I believe I'm just going to see what I can do here with this situation. And then I am also going to get that tied where I want it. I'm going to put a little glue on it. I'm going to make sure my bead cone is going to cover it before I go with the glue, which it looks like it is. So before I go with the glue, I am going to take these 2 separate sides and I'm just going to tie another knot just to be safe. And you want to make sure that your head pin is closed up all the way, which it is. And then I'm going to cut these off. So the idea here is we're going to snug these all up inside the cone while the glue is wet so that they are going to be hidden, and then that's also going to help to keep that in place. So let's see about the glue. I'm going to be using Loctite super glue in the gel control, and I'm going to glue on the knot and on these little ends, and I'm going to be pretty liberal with it. And then I'm going to put on the cone. and pull that up, all of that into the cone. So by doing it when it's wet, it's also helping to secure that cone in place. So give that a little minute to dry. In the interim, I will go ahead and do the other side, and then we should be ready to rock and roll. So while that one's drying, I'll just put these in here. With hemp, sometimes, because it's a natural fiber, it gets kind of like thicker in some areas. So I think maybe that was the problem on the other side there. I just had a little piece of little thick part. So here we go again. I'm just going to do the overhand knot with the eye pin on there. And I'm going to bring that down almost right next to this knot right here, because that one is showing. As you can see it right here. But I do need this to come down pretty close to it. Alright, so there we go. And then making sure that this is closed up all the way. And then splitting these two in half, and then just doing like you're going to tie a knot in your shoe, like this, pulling that tight, and then cutting it off. So I am going to trim these up a little bit because, you know, we've only got a limited amount of space in our cone here. So then I will put the glue on this side. And I am gluing on the knot and these little bits here because I know that they're going to get up inside that cone and help it stay in there. And then I'm going to pull it with my plier. So I'm pulling with my plier to make sure that I can get a snug fit. And making sure everything is up inside of the cone, because it kind of depends on how your string gets in there. That one worked out pretty good. And then the other side should be dry. So, did we have a clasp for this? I don't remember. Or were we just gonna add, I think we were just gonna add one, right? Well, I'm just going to add my own clasp here. Now, you could do a lobster if you would like to do that, but I am probably going to see if I have a ball and socket clasp. There we go. Gotta look in the right box, I guess. So here, I'm just going to do a ball and socket clasp. And I'm going to attach that with some oval jump rings. So, in order to do this, what I'm going to do, so this is the side that we very first started on, and I'm just going to do a wire wrapped loop up here, just as you normally would. And I'm just going to keep spinning until I get down to where the wire meets the cone, because I want to make sure that that cone is going to be snug. And a little piece of string over here, get off of me. And then tuck the tail in, give it a little tighten. And that's how we should be looking. Okay. So I like that finish, and I'll do it again on the other side. And again, this is just a personal preference. You could do yours however you wanted. Like I said, there's a lot of options. And it kind of depends on the look of your necklace too. If you wanted it to look a little more beachy, you could go with not even using any kind of hardware on the end. So it's completely up to you. No rules beading around here, you know how we roll. And now all we gotta do is just make sure this is on the right side, which it looks like it is, and then put on our clasp. And then this bad boy is donezo. All right, let me zoom you out a little bit. Oh, wrong way. So you can get the full effect here. And so there is our necklace. Has a clasp. And then if you're not aware of these are what I call my Old Faithful clasps. They just come apart like this. They have a ball and socket. Highly recommend. We do sell those on Thunderhorse Descendant if you're looking for one. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy about how it turned out. I think it looks really cute. I like the little spiral on it. So yeah, I'll get you guys some photos there. Zoom in a little bit so you can see. Get you guys some photos, and yeah, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. If you are, please let me know down in the comments. Come on over and join our community. Everybody is invited to our Facebook community, to our group where we share what's on our mat every day. We would love to have you and support you, see what you're making with your bargain bead box, and just hang out and get involved with some of the activities that we do on Thunderhorse Descendant. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can find me on the internet again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.